Today's show sponsor is Sienna Dawn Media Integrated Marketing Agency. Sienna Dawn Media is more than just a marketing agency. They're your partners in progress. Their mission is simple: to alleviate marketing bandwidth, allowing creative business owners to focus on what they set out to do: create. Sienna Dawn Media empowers creatives to thrive without the burden of managing their own social media and marketing campaigns. So if you're ready to set sail toward new horizons, let Sienna Dawn Media chart the course and steer your business toward success. Visit siennadawnmedia.com.
Blah, 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 blah.
Welcome to the Our Forever Smiles podcast, a podcast created to support mothers of children who were born with clefts and those who love them. I'm your host, Laura Arroyo, and I'm also a mother of a daughter who was born with a surprise cleft palate. I know the challenges you face every day. Whether you have just learned the difficult news of your baby's cleft lip or palate, you're in the midst of pre-op or post-op, or you're an OG cleft mom, this podcast is for you. In a weekly conversation, we will talk about everything from feeding and speech therapy to surgery and school. We'll share tips from guest experts and advocates, and even share a little joy in the process. You can listen to Our Forever Smiles wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. Hi, Cleft Mamas, and welcome back to the Our Forever Smiles Cleft Mom Diaries and Support podcast. I am Laura Arroyo. I cannot believe that we have made it to the end of the year. I know that some of you probably have plans tonight. You may be putting on your shimmery black dress and going to some black tie event, or you're like, who am I kidding? We're all mamas here, right? We're not doing anything. We're probably going to be cheersing grape juice with our little ones. That's what most of us are probably doing. But if you are going out tonight, please, of course, be safe. I am sending you so much love for the amazing things that we have done as a community this year. I am so thrilled that we have made it this far. There are so many things that we have accomplished, not just myself, because I cannot do any of this stuff without your support and your commitment to this community. So I feel forever indebted to all of the work that we have done together. I do want to give you all some major updates for the upcoming year. As of today, we have already booked out the schedule for 2025 up until July. So if you are interested in being on the podcast in 2025, please schedule soon because we are filling up rather quickly. And so I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to share your story if you want to do that. You can email me at ourforeversmiles@gmail.com and I will kindly send you the link to schedule. I will also put the link in the show notes for you to schedule, so you do not have to necessarily speak with me. You can just go ahead and click on the link, schedule a time that works for you, and I will send you the follow-up emails to make sure that you have everything you need to be prepared for the show. So again, we're booked out already until July 2025 in terms of the way that the episodes will roll out, but you can schedule to be on the show and have it recorded. I believe I still have tons of availability in January and February still. So excited to have you all on. And another announcement that we had this year is we have released our merch line. Okay, so much thought was put into this merch line. So please, and we recently opened it up for international shipping. So you can get your Clef Moms Club shirt, whether you live in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. I will put the links in this episode as well so that you can purchase a shirt. We also have sweatshirts that are the Our Forever Smiles World Tour. of course, we are not there yet, but we will plan to get there. We did a tour shirt, a mock tour shirt that features all the episodes from 2024. So excited to have that available for you guys. So if you have not gotten your merch yet, go ahead and click the link there. Also, drum roll, please. I'm so excited for this episode because I can give you all of the tea that is going to be happening for us in 2025. The Our Forever Smiles is launching a Patreon account where you, as subscribers of the podcast and as supporters of the podcast, can continue to support the Our Forever Smiles platform. We have 2 tiers memberships. One is $5, that is just for general support, and the other tier is $10, and you can receive you're supporting the podcast, the Our Forever Smiles platform, but you are also will receive exclusive content. So that is like behind the scenes stuff. That is a new podcast that I am releasing, which another drum roll, please. You heard it here first. It is the Moms in Real Life podcast that I am doing with our savvy and wonderful and beautiful social media manager, Danica Phillips, who is also a mom of a toddler. We are both fighting for our lives here. So we are going to be providing you all with exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff. If you are interested in what it takes to create a podcast, what it takes to be a social media manager, what it takes to just be a mom in the rough, be a mom in the wild, obviously, you all know what that's like. But if you're interested in seeing that type of content, please subscribe to our Patreon. Not only will you receive that exclusive content, but I have been hosting this podcast and platform and this community absolutely free. I have 2 full-time jobs. I would not be able to do this without those 2 full-time jobs. I am fully funded on my own, and this is a way that you can ensure that this community will continue on. It is only $5 a month for general support and $10 a month for accessing the behind the scenes content. So excited for all that we've accomplished this year. I amazed myself. I actually just had a conversation with Jennifer Vincelet, just sharing that just about like when I first started this, like I knew that I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what my vision was for the Our Forever Smiles podcast, but I just didn't know like that it would be like this. And what I mean is, like, this is just that so many people have just supported us. We have people reaching out to us for partnerships, which I do have an exciting partnership that I wish that I could announce here today, but stay tuned for that. I can't say who or what it is just yet because we are still in the planning phases for that. So just continue to stay tuned. I am so thrilled to give a recap of our year. It's been so exciting. And of course, as I've shared, I feel so indebted to this community here. And I'm just so grateful. What I wanted to do in this episode as well, not only give you all a recap of everything that we've worked on, give you a big thank you, and also share a little bit about what is to come. I also wanted to reflect back on an old episode that we had with Jennifer Vincelet. And she talked about what it was like to find the right clef team for her child, Anastasia, her little girl. And I really wanted to have an episode of like, where are they now? And so Jennifer and I recorded an episode earlier, and so I wanted to share that with you all, give you an update on where Anastasia is and how is she doing. So here is a clip of my conversation with Jennifer this morning. Well, good to see you.
Good to see you too. I am so proud of you, Laura. You are rocking it and such a great wow, what a great thing that you put together for everybody this year.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. So, first of all, how is Anastasia doing these days?
Oh, she's hilarious. She is so funny. Oh my gosh, she is just wild and the confidence. I just want that to stay forever. I just think like she thinks about other people all the time, like her big sister. She just, Amelia, I missed you today. Or just says the cutest things at 2.5 years old. You're just like, wow, you can't really teach that in a lot of ways. I'm always concerned about helping other people and her sister, especially and her friends. And here, let me get that for you. Or whenever she goes and grabs an orange out of the fridge, she grabs one for somebody else. Or she's just so thoughtful in so many ways and so caring, such a big empath. Um, I'm just so proud of her. And I know she'll be teaching me so much in the future, but she's doing
Yeah.
great. And we are preparing. Once her permanent teeth come in, then our next step is going to be her bone grafting for her gum line. And so that'll be the next big thing that we prepare for with the CHOP team. We will go back and forth for that. It's a very in-depth surgery with a longer recovery, but we still have a couple of years until then. And until then, we're just soaking all the toddler time.
What did your family and friends say about your episode?
Initially, I did the episode because it was a great outlet for me to revisit all these things that I have learned and try to recap and put them in one place. And I thought that podcast was a great outlet for obviously that are looking for some help. But then when I started to get some of the feedback from our friends and family, I didn't realize how much I didn't share with them. And not that I needed to, or not that I was trying to get some kind of recognition or not poor me, but it was just beautiful to see the extra support from some of the friends and family. And wow, I didn't realize how that went about in your journey, or I can't believe you were able to share all of that. And I could imagine being in that position with two girls. And I'm a words of affirmation woman. So it's just nice to have support from our friends and family. And I'm glad I was able to share the journey. And I hope it helps other women and families that are in the same position.
How has your journey evolved since your appearance on the podcast?
So it's been almost a year since the recording, and I'd say just confidence. I feel like there's been a healing period of understanding what had prepared for and what Anastasia had gone through for surgery, and obviously relocating and understanding what happened in that short period of time. But it was a whirlwind of big events because we relocated, we joined the top team. We prepared for 6 months for her surgery through the NAM program and then had the surgery, then relocated back to Florida. So there were so many steps in between. And so since the recording, I'm like, I have this big ease and big deep breath and release of a breath that everything is okay and everything will be okay. And it's so encouraging to see the community out there and the support that I've connected with through your podcast. I've had some moms reach out to me about our journey and saying how they went through something similar or they're going through something similar and it was encouraging to hear us. I've been reaching out to those moms too, or people who are going through it, give them some encouragement. It's changed us for the best. And it was such a great gift to be able to have and give.
What message do you want to share with the world about the cleft journey?
Being the advocate for your child, and there's nothing more powerful than that gift for them. And not to put the pressure or anything on everybody's shoulders, but it really is like the most amazing job to be able to find the best team for your children and your family at the time, and to work with your partner or your spouse or your family support to figure that out. And then making sure that you are strong for them along the way because they don't speak for themselves. And so I think confident in the journey and just being strong and having faith and just keep moving forward for your little one is the most important.
Any advice for a mother who is receiving her diagnosis today?
For the mom and parents who are finding out today, it doesn't change the love that you have for your child at all. It actually maybe makes your bond even stronger because you have a purpose, a huge purpose. And number one, you're a parent of a beautiful child. And number two, now you have a mission to get the best care possible for them. So you're going to do amazing. And they chose you.
Thank you, Jennifer, for sharing that recap. And thank you all for listening to that recap of Jennifer. Her episode was featured on the Our Forever Smiles podcast, and her episode was on finding the right clef team. So if you know someone who is looking for the right clef team for their child, that is a good episode to reference. She was one of the first guests that we had on the podcast. I believe she was number 5 or 6 around there. And the name of the episode, it was featured on April 23rd, and it is Finding the Right Cleft Lip and Palate Team with Jennifer Vincelet. So you can find that there. And thank you again, Jennifer. Is there anything else that you want to share, Jennifer?
I just want to love on Laura and say thank you. All the words that I said earlier, I'm going to say again. I am so proud to be a part of this journey with you, but it has been so amazing to watch you grow this community, grow this podcast from nothing, and to have all these vital people that come in every week and educate us on so many things. Even though I went through my journey with Anastasia, I was able to learn even more from the perspective of a doctor, from the perspective of a child that has gone through and lived to an adult life of having a cleft lip and palate, from all these different perspectives. And I think it's just been full circle in the community that you've built, and it's a beautiful thing. And you've done amazing. And I thank you so much. And it's a blessing for anybody to be able to come across this community and this podcast, and it'll be helpful in so many ways. And it's already made such a huge difference in people's lives.
I just want to thank Jennifer and all of the Clef moms that shared their story with us this year. And just a big thank you to all of our subscribers and followers. We hope that you continue to like and subscribe, and we hope that you continue to enjoy the show. And so I will say my final goodbye for 2024 and hello 2025. Thank you all for listening to the Our Forever Smiles Clef Mom Diaries and Support podcast. Be sure to subscribe and submit a review of the podcast wherever you listen. I hope that you enjoyed this audio experience. Maybe you cried a little, laughed a little, but more importantly, I hope that you feel a little piece of reassurance and even joy in your journey. Talk to you next year.
Blah, 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 blah.